This week on WestfordCAT News, a big election upset for the school committee. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee gets rolling.
We have to remember that we are a government function, and anything and everything that we're doing essentially has to be public and traceable.
The community gardens are open. I'm Joyce Polino Crane. Stay with us. WestfordCAT News is next. One of only two contested races in the May 4th town election resulted in an upset for the school committee. The other put a long-term volunteer onto the select board. Voting was light, with only 2,150 registered voters turning out. That number amounted to 11.8% of the more than 18,000 who could have voted in Westford. Early ballots totaled 300, according to town clerk Patty Doobie. The May 4th townwide election brought a couple of interesting changes to the select board and especially to the school committee. Retired Air Force Colonel John Cunningham won a seat on the select board left vacant when Mark Cost decided not to run. With his 1,134 votes, Cunningham won over Eric Barber-Mingo's 919 votes. Barber-Mingo is a Chelmsford attorney and also co-chair of the newly formed Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, which just met last week. The school committee had a shakeup with 6 newcomers vying for 3 seats held by incumbents Avery Adam, Chris Sanders, and Ming Guangzhen. Adams' 850 votes couldn't catch Claire's 1,150. Claire seemingly came out of nowhere and picked up 21 more votes than Sanders' 1,129. Zheng was the top vote getter for the school committee with 1,354 votes. Megan O'Connell and Stephen Wilkins also sought the school committee seat, but their 479 votes and 454 votes were not enough to catch Claire or Sanders. Seats were filled for the Board of Health, Library Trustees, Housing Authority, and Planning Board by uncontested candidates. For more election information, visit westfordma.gov. As mentioned earlier, Eric Barber-Mingo chaired the April 28th meeting of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. He encouraged residents to view it as a forum. Topics he mentioned touched upon hiring more diverse employees, the elimination of blackface during Westford Academy's Spirit Day, and the importance of using a town email address by those who sit on town committees.
Every person who is serving on a town committee, whether elected or appointed, has the ability to get a westfordma.gov email address. And we've talked about it briefly before, but I want to kind of re-emphasize the importance and usefulness of everyone going ahead and getting one. And offline, I can put everybody in touch with anyone you need to, because I've been through the process. The reason why I want to re-emphasize it is this. We have to remember that we are a government function, and anything and everything that we're doing essentially has to be public and traceable.
Watch the entire meeting on demand at westfordcat.org. The town's amateur gardeners were at their plots on the Graniteville Road parcel this April 24th. Laying landscape material, the seasonal gardeners appear to be ready to plant. But April and early May have brought cold, blustery winds to the region, forcing gardeners to wait a week or two longer. Community activist Patty Mason suggested the growers check out the leftover seeds from last summer at the gardens before buying more. The J.V. Fletcher Library also has seeds. The garden plots are booked for this year. However, But if you want more information, visit the Community Gardens Facebook page. Full disclosure, I have a small plot at the gardens. Stop by and say hi. Artist Bethany Peck loves to paint the seascapes and landscapes of New England. When her daughter Jacina began interning at WestfordCAT, Bethany agreed to be interviewed for our Woman Empowered by Art series.
For me, it's a way to just express myself and my emotions, and it's a cathartic thing. When I'm making and being creative, it just makes me feel better, and it relieves stress, and so it's just a part of who I am. I consider myself an expressionistic landscape, seascape painter. And so I'm really inspired by nature, by the elements, by land, water, sky, all these natural elements. I love to put into my work, but I use them as like a vehicle to transport my emotions. So I put my emotions in my art using nature as my vehicle.
Find Jacina's in-depth interview with her mother at westfordcatnews.org. That's it for now, Westford. Hope you find something fun to do outdoors and have a great weekend. I'll be on the bike trail. I'm Joyce Polino Crane, and you're watching WestfordCAT News.